This is a phenomenal career because you will transform individual lives. Well, the issue that Productive Environment Institute has addressed that is what creates transformation. And that's really what our clients get is transformation, not only of their physical space, but of their mental clutter. And it is the mental clutter that is the biggest problem. And part of why I love this industry, even after being in it 44 years, I love it more than ever. I'm more committed to it than ever. And part of it is because I always learn. And I just learned from a client recently, and it was a virtual client. I was actually doing a service I have now called Vision Acceleration, which is kind of different, but it leads into organizing. And this client needed to get rid of a lot of clutter. So we were talking about the clutter. And I said to him, in the 40 years I've been doing this, no one has ever come back to me and said they were sorry they did it. And he literally interrupted me in mid-sentence. And he said, oh, that's not the problem. He said, I know that I will be happy when I get on the other side. I just don't want to go through the emotion of letting go. And when he said that, it was like, I've never thought of it that way. I mean, I wrote Less Clutter, More Life, which is the premise is that physical and digital clutter is a symptom of emotional and spiritual clutter. So I've always known it was emotional. And we know that people who've lived through the depression, and I know that people have lost marriages or not had babies past childbearing years or whatever. But I never thought about it before as the emotion of going through the process. Mm-hmm. And that's where consultants come in. That's the roles. So if you are someone who loves to help people and you have an appreciation for systems, mm-hmm. This is a phenomenal career because you will transform individual lives and those individuals impact other lives. So we always say this is about accomplish your work and enjoy your life and enable others to do the same, because it really does transform people's lives. And it's because we deal with the emotional and spiritual side of that. And we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about, we've mentioned paper, but the biggest challenge we handle now is digital. I mean, digital information and it's getting harder and more difficult all the time. But what we offer clients are ways to make decisions. So we're not just telling them what to do. We never tell clients what to do. In fact, when they ask us the question, what should I do? Our response is, that's the wrong question. The question is, what will you do? In Proverbs, it says, without a vision, the people perish. And organizing in and of itself has no value. There are people, some of them organizing themselves, who spend all their life organizing and organizing and organizing, but they never really have anything to show for it. If you have a vision, we say paint a picture of why you want to be organized. What would you be able to do that's different than now? How would you feel differently? One client said recently, I'd have a better relationship with my husband. And she did a total office transformation. And 90 days later, she went on the first vacation that she'd had with her husband in 2 years. So it does transform individuals, offices, lives, communities, and I believe the potential to transform our entire culture.